Okay, this is Mr. Peterson, and I'm going to show you how I got those answers on note set 3.1, examples 9A and 9B. First of all, we're going to start out with 9A, and it's kind of faint right there, but you have it in your note set. And I went to the y equals key and typed it in. Now, in order to do that, you might need to know that there's an exponent key here. So you hit this key, type your exponent, and use that with the right arrow to get back down, and you can type the expression for the function. Then you're going to hit the zoom key and number 6, and you'll get this graph here. All right, now what we're going to do next is get in a little closer so we can see that center part of the graph a little better. And you're going to use zoom number 1, and it's called zoom box. And you can put a box around the part you want to see. The way that works is you go zoom box, enter, then you move your cursor up to maybe a position around there and hit enter. The cursor will go from a crosshairs to a box shape, and you can use the right arrow and the down arrow to expand it to surround that part of the graph. When you hit enter, that section will fill the screen, and it's like zooming in close to that part of the screen. Okay, now that you've gotten it a little easier to see, you're going to go to, we're going to find, let me go back briefly, we're going to find this maximum first. And in order to do that, you have to hit second, there we go, and calc. You'll find that right here above the trace key. And you want to choose, if you're looking for a hilltop, choose number 4, which is maximum. Now what will happen is it'll jump to a screen and ask you for a left bound. So you want to take your cursor and you want to move it around by using the arrow key, the left arrow or the right arrow. And you want to position it just to the left, somewhere to the left, right in here maybe, of that hilltop up there that you're looking for. Once you've got it on the left-hand side of the hill, hit enter, and that'll take you to the next screen, which asks you to take your cursor over to the other side of the hill. So it says right bound. Move it over to the right-hand side and hit enter. It'll ask you for a guess. My experience tells me that the guess can be your current position. You don't have to move anywhere, so just hit enter one more time, and it'll jump to the top of the hill. It also shows you your answer, but you have to know which one is the answer. That is your maximum. Remember that maximum heights and any heights are the y values. All right, so now we're going to find the minimum height, which is down here, and you start the process over again. You hit second, calc, and choose choice number 3, and when you hit enter, you're going to see this screen show up. So it asks you for a left bound. You're going to move your cursor until it's over here on the left-hand side of the valley. Hit enter. And then it wants you to move your cursor to the right-hand side of the valley. Hit enter again. And when you've got those done, then when it says guess, you hit enter one more time, and it should go all the way down to the bottom of that valley. And at that point, you can just read the y value down there. Now you have to round that off. Usually I ask for 2 decimals. So for instance, this could either be negative 2.28 or negative 2.29, but because there's a number that's not big enough to change the rounding, you want negative 2.28. So just round to 2 decimals using the customary rules. Okay, so that's how I found the answers to problem 9A. Problem 9B, I'm going to go through it a little quicker and skip some of the steps, but I'll show you how you do it here. Okay, the first thing I'll tell you is that it doesn't all fit on screen, so if you compare this with your notes, there's a -4 in there, and it just didn't fit on screen. So you go to the y equals key, and type in the equation. Hit zoom 6 and you'll get this picture here. Then you want to hit zoom 1, which is labeled box, zoom box. The zoom key is right here, by the way. And you'll position your cursor somewhere up in here, similar to where mine is, that corner. Hit enter. A little box will appear. You expand the box with the right arrow and the down arrow, and once you've got a little outline around the part you want to see, hit enter again, and that part will expand and fill the screen, and it'll make it easier to work with. Okay, this one you can see has a maximum and 2 minimums. So we're going to go second, calculate, and there's the calc button right there. It's in blue. So go second, calc, and I think it's choice number 4 will be maximum. It'll ask you for a left bound, so you move the cursor over to the left side, hit enter. And then it'll ask you for a right bound, so you come over here to this side, hit enter. And when it asks you for a guess, just hit enter again, and you'll get this answer here. So there's our first answer. That's your maximum. So then let's find this first minimum over here, and I'll tell you how I do it. You go second, calculate, choice 3. Move your cursor to the left side of that valley and then the right side of the valley, hit enter, and it should pop right down to that negative 6.07. And the final one here, it's over on this side, is a minimum. You can see it's a valley there. So what you're going to do is go second, calculate, choice number 3. You'll see it says left bound, so you move your cursor over here somewhere to the left side of the valley, hit enter. And then it wants you to move it to the right side of the valley, so move it over here somewhere. And then hit enter twice. Go right past where it says guess, and you'll see that negative 7.04 is a minimum height at that point. And that's example 9B. So maybe you need to walk through this and pause the video and just step along with me here, because you're going to have to know how to do this on your own. And just looking at somebody do it is not the same as participating. So I apologize for the length of some of these videos, but normally I would teach you and have about an hour and 20 minutes to do this in. So watch the videos from start to finish is what I'm going to tell you should do. All right, thank you very much, and hopefully you guys figure this all out just from the video input that I'm giving you.